So, what does £300 get you for a car nowadays? We've just taken this in part exchange for £300. I have no idea about it at all. So we actually took this in part exchange for the red Beetle that we did a video on, and we'll put a photo up on the screen. But yeah, this is it. I've not touched this. I've not driven it. She parked it here. This is how it came. First of all, it doesn't look too bad. The paint's not too bad. I noticed someone's keyed it, so she's upset someone. The alloys don't look too bad. Apparently it's got 4 new tyres on. They don't look that new. I don't know what date is. Oh, 2022, so they're not that new. She said they were new. This back bumper's had some paint. It's real bad, it's flaking. Number plates could do with a redo. I do know something about this. The MOT, it failed its MOT on quite a few bits. Like, I'm not sure it's savable, but we'll see. Coming around this side, it's not too bad. There's no scrapes, no dents, no nothing on it. Again, the front panel, look at this. Really bad paint, really bad. I'll be honest, I hate these. They look terrible. I don't know why people like them. The new one we sold, I didn't mind so much, but just look how flat everything is, you know? There's a bit of a door ding in here. It's a nice colour, I suppose. It's better than that yellow they normally do. But yeah, not too bad. Let's get inside and see if it drives all right. So first things first, key check. 1 key. Ooh, it works. It's a bit rattly. It's not too bad. Does central locking work? Unlock. Lock. Boot. I don't know. Let's have a look. I actually don't know what the inside of these look like. I'm assuming some nearly as bad as the outside. Oh, good Lord. Okay, it's not too dirty. We've had worse. That dash is really long. Like, it's really long. That's a lot of dashboard. Ooh, that steering wheel hasn't aged well. Look at the window buttons. Why are they there? What else is there? Fuel, boot. That's pretty standard VW. My Mrs. R32 is. That's very strange. Gear knob missing the top, which always is the case of this sort of generation. Can we move the steering wheel? Oh, look at that. Back, forward, and up and down. Okay, we are on 141,771 miles. 300 quid, I guess you can't argue. What else have we out? Oh, we've got an armrest that I've just broken. Oh, that is factory. It looks like a cheap aftermarket one, but it is factory. Okay, we got an armrest. Oh my God, it's got heated seats. They won't work. Does it start? It starts. Has an exhaust blow. We turn the radio down. Check engine lights on. Let's try the heated seats. 5 settings, but it doesn't have auto lights. Doesn't have cruise control. Doesn't have auto wipers. That's okay. Radio works, I know that. Oh, it's not turning down. Why is it not turning down? Okay, I'll just turn it off. Unless my right ears stop working, there's only the rear left speaker is the only one that works. That's good. The heated seat is working. Does it go in every gear? Is it a 5-speed or a 3? I have no idea. I'm going to go 5 unless we've lost 6. Windows. Left works. Right works. Oh my God, VW's normally like the switch pack's not to work. This works. Lock. Locking works. That's good. What's in the glove box? We have history. I don't know. There's something really sticky in here. Hang on. We've got a grab handle. A very well looked after book pack. What is that? Like, what is it? Any service history? Oh, that's just soaked in something. Oh, that smells like coolant. That's what you want, isn't it? I haven't looked in the boot. I bet there's a load of coolant in it. Look, it's all. Oh yeah, service history. Look at this. It's just all wet. Does that mean the boot's leaking? Leaking coolant? No, it's probably got coolant in it. I'm afraid to open it because the pages are going to fall apart. Let's have a quick look though. Okay, so we have proof of service 1, 9,000 miles. Doesn't say a year. Oh, it does on the stamp, but it's wet. VW specialist for number 2. We've got stamp number 3 at 57,000 miles. Nice. That's not his interval. 67,000 miles by Mitsubishi. Oh, we've got a saggy headliner as well. That's no surprise there. VW this age. All right. Before we do anything else, I forgot to check the boot. Should we see if the boot button works on this? It does. Good. That paint is awful. How do we open this? What did I say? What did I say? Antifreeze coolant. I said it smelled like coolant. No, she just doesn't know how to put a lid on. I knew it. What else is in here? I did notice there's a cup holder missing in the back. Oh yeah, I forgot these are going to have a flower. So my brother actually said she's probably taken it off because when she sent photos of this part exchange, it had the flower, but she's taken the flower out because apparently they're worth like 40 quid on eBay. What else we got here? So apart from the coolant and whatever the f that is, we've got her nan's curtains, a blanket, I don't know. Do we still have the first aid kit? Nope. We've got a spare wheel and a jack though, that's never been used. Does that mean she had the service book in the boot? Right, so now we're done with the boot. I have a feeling this car's not long for this world because of the MOT failures. On screen now, just because I don't have the sheet on me, but you... How do you open the bonnet in this thing? Look, it's a bit grimy. Have you seen the seats? All right, how do you open the bonnet? I haven't even looked in the back, to be fair. Nothing interesting. Right, odds on this having all coolant. Most of it's in the service book. Oh, it's got a little pull tab. Oh, bonnet. Oh, it's a 2 litre. Apart from the check engine light, apparently this should be fine. And I think that check engine light's only on occasionally, which makes it so much better. If anything, I think that makes it worse. Stinks of coolant though. It's so murky in there, I can't tell. I think there's some, but we're missing half of that bottle, so. The last service was 87,000 miles. I didn't mention that. I'd say the oil looks like that. All right, cool. Shall we take it out? At least the heated seats work. That's amazing. I cannot believe they work. Just warm her up a bit before we go out. It's a different day because we had to cut it short because, you know, we had boring work to get on with. But for the first time, I'm about to drive this Beetle. And that exhaust blow is terrible.
Ridiculously loud exhaust.
So loud. Never driven this. I've never driven a Beetle. The dash is so long. There's AC, that won't work. We'll try it. No, we need all the power we can get. This is a 2 litre, this one. I don't know what. Oh, look at that parcel shelf as well. Stuck up.
Oh, God.
This is the 2 litre. I'm assuming they had like a 1.4 and a 1.8. It's a bit of a knock from the suspension straight away. Can you hear it? Apparently this goes well because she was moaning the one she bought. You know, the red retail one was slow because it's 1.2. Don't know what she's on about. It doesn't go that well, does it?
These are coming in handy.
Yeah, well, the oh shit. Well, do you know if this was based off a Golf as well? It's got to be.
I don't think it was, no. Nothing inside the same as a Golf.
Look at the mirrors. The mirrors are like high, like on a...
They're tiny as well.
They are tiny. It's raining. I'm going to turn the ESP off. And we're going to put it through its paces. Before anyone moans, this is long for the scrap world, I think, isn't it? The list of advisories is long. EML's on. I don't even know what that's for. It drives alright. She said it drives alright. It seems to be alright. It's not lacking. Well, it's lacking power, but I think it lacked power from saying, oh, 928. The tax on this is like 380 or something ridiculous as well.
Really?
Yeah.
They call them the 2-point slow.
2-point slow, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
Because how underwhelming they are.
Yeah, they did a Beetle R Sport with, what that have, like 170 horsepower.
It's
The armrest.
Better than my car.
Oh, listen to the knocks. We're on a bumpy road now. Oh yeah, I'll be honest though, it drives straight and it drives right. For like 300 quid, if MOTs didn't exist, you would get in this, you'd drive it, and you'd be like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Like if it hadn't failed the MOT, you'd think you'd have a good chance of passing. The brakes feel alright. Obviously if you put tape, oh shit. If you put tape over the front, oh no, that brake actually feels really spongy. There's a lot of travel before it does anything. Alright, let's just pull out of this junction carefully. Sorry, a
Bit of a
manual.
heavy foot.
Yeah, I'm used to driving a manual, everyone. I wish, I thought I'd hate this more, but actually it drives alright. I mean, I'm complaining it right. Now we can give it the sauce. Rubbed against something then. I thought this would be worse, I'll be honest, did you?
So did I, yeah.
Yeah, but it actually drives alright, goes in every gear fine. Provided it is a 5-speed, it could be a 6, and 6 could not work, I can't see, yeah, 6 is gone. There's so much travel on this accelerator pedal. It's like there's so much gap between the gears, like you're revving the tick of it in second, you move into third and it just like dies.
Still nothing happens.
Yeah, it's like nothing happened. What is my plan for this? The answer was I was hoping I could save it because the outside's not too bad, but there's just too many issues. The service history is just soaked in coolant.
Yeah.
You can barely make out like any of the service stamps. It clearly hasn't had a cam belt done. It might be a chain, I don't even know much about these. The bodywork's fine, there's a few little marks but nothing major. And it's got to be worth like 1,500 quid to someone, and it drives okay, but because of the advisories and the failures, here we go, roundabout of truth. Well, undertaking. Understeer. My cup holder's moved. It's like a cup holder. Wonderful. This handle's better than it looks. And now we're in traffic because some idiot's crashed. I was going to try and save it. I priced up the bits to get it through an MOT, so not do any of the advisories, like the ones that would pass. The bits alone are going to cost, no, the labour was 450 quid, and the bits alone are going to be another 450 quid. So you're looking at 1,200 quid done, plus an MOT, so let's say 1,250.
Yeah.
If it's worth 1,500 quid, it's probably not worth 1,500 quid, because then you've got to remember, it's got one key, service history's like soaked, nothing about a cam belt, it's done 141, it smells a lot like coolant, doesn't it?
It does smell a lot like
I have a
coolant.
feeling why.
That, yeah.
Yeah, I think I know why now.
There's a bottle of coolant
yeah,
in the back.
a
and it's
half-empty
covered.
bottle of coolant in the back, burning coolant. There's no temp gauge. That really does smell of coolant bad.
That stinks.
Yeah. But once you're at 1,250, this one speaker works. You know, you got all this thing. You got to give it a really good valet. What else didn't work? The boot doesn't work on this button. The heat seats work.
Yeah, at least they work.
Yeah. So let's say you put it at 50, I'll break even after all that effort. And that's if I can, I don't even know if it's worth that. You can probably pick a working one up with MOT for like £1,000.
Probably, yeah.
But I don't think it's worth it, is it? I'd rather scrap it and I'll probably break even on the scrap. Maybe make a tiny bit. I suppose the other option is, if someone wants it who can do the work themselves, and I sell a lot of these to like driveway traders, kind of how I started out, you know, ones that will do the work themselves. So they'll buy the bits and they'll do the work on their driveway, and then there's some profit in it for them. I thought we were overheating, it's just the fuel light.
Oh. I was hoping it was going to be an overheat.
Yeah, I was like, oh good. So yeah, I might stick it up for like 450 quid on Facebook Marketplace, but then I have to deal with the endless, is this still available?
Yeah.
Would you take 300 quid? I'm coming now, you know?
It seems to be something, doesn't it? Like when someone gets a certain type of car, they just want to upgrade to the same kind of,
I mean,
to the next generation.
Yeah. So we did a video on the car she bought. It was the red Beetle. It was our first ever video, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she bought this and part exchanged another Beetle. I'm almost not surprised though. Like people who like Beetles stay with Beetles, don't they? So
yeah.
I'm intrigued to know what this check engine light is. Shall we find out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. I used to have a 1964 Beetle. I much preferred that.
Yeah.
Even though people used to put peace signs up at me, and that was the day I decided I should probably sell it. I was like, do you reckon this is like MX-5s where you wave each other and you see another Beetle? Right, well, I guess, conclusion is, it drives a lot better than you think. The brakes are a bit spongy. There's various lights on the dash. It handles better than I thought. But I guess we'll find out what the EML is and come to a conclusion, although I think I already know the conclusion, which will be, it's not long for this world. Results are in about the EML. Nothing major, it's running a bit lean, probably due to the hole, the massive hole you can hear in the exhaust. There may be a CAN bus code in there, nothing too concerning. drove fine, everything. Unfortunately, that mixed with all the failures and the advisories, if you want to get them done, does mean that there's only really two options. It's either scrapped for, I think I got quoted anywhere between 280 and 320, so get your money back. Or if you wanted to save it, it's a Facebook Marketplace for cheap, let a driveway trader deal with it. It's a bit of a pain to list it on Marketplace and deal with the people, but at least the car would be saved because it's a pretty decent car. Otherwise, once those bits are done, it would probably get through another MOT. Someone who can do the work themselves, got the time to do the work themselves, could probably be in it for 800-900 quid, and it would only do someone a car for a little while. So yeah, I think the plan is I'm going to list it on Marketplace first, cheap, probably only like 400 quid just for my time of viewing and dealing with the people you get on Marketplace, and hopefully someone will save it. Failing that, it will go to scrap. Hopefully they don't see us fucking ragging it around. I just have to make sure it drives right. It does smell a bit of coolant, I'll have to mention that. I'll make sure the coolant bottle's in the boot for their journey home. She never mentioned anything about it using coolant, funnily enough. Anyway, another one bites the dust.